What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. You know, if this is the Lakers' plan, then it probably won't work. And I'm going to say this. The Lakers' plan that I'm talking about, I've read reports over and over, just like we all knew that the way it should have been. The Lakers are trying to run their offense predominantly through Anthony Davis. And I've said before, running the offense through Anthony Davis is a good option if he's healthy. But if you're running the offense, if you're planning to run the offense through Anthony Davis the whole season, and usually he only plays half a season or less, it's a waste of time. Because you're not going to gain anything by doing that because he's not available enough to run the offense through. You see what I'm getting at? So to me, the Lakers will be making a mistake if they did this because you got to realize, like I said, Anthony Davis is just an unhealthy player. He's a very, injury prone player. So running the offense through a guy who might not be there 90% of the time, I don't really understand how much sense that makes, but I can see why Darvin Ham would want to do that because he's supposed to be the best player on the team now. He's not supposed to be second fiddle to LeBron and definitely not Westbrook. So I definitely understand the reasoning behind why they want to do that. But at the same time, are you going to be able to do that? Is Anthony Davis going to play enough games? Is he going to be enough? Is he going to be available enough so you can build the chemistry with the guys so they can learn to work their offense and play around him and, play, to his tune, basically. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to look at, as I said, can you trust that? Is that trustable or is that something that you're experimenting doing? And this is where I think Darvin Ham is really going to have to figure things out, and he's really going to have to try to figure things out pretty quickly in regards to, how to make this offense with this team a lot more fluid and really have to figure out, can he really actually run it through Anthony Davis or not? Because honestly, to me, they still have to run it through LeBron James. Everything in going towards the Lakers, anything in regards to the Lakers needs to go through LeBron before it goes through anybody else's hands on the court. That's just the way it is. LeBron is probably one of the best passers of all time. And he's like a point guard / power forward, always been really great at playing both positions in one. And I don't see how you could really give the offense or run the offense through anybody else on the team because to me, nobody else on that team has really showed that they're worthy of running the offense through consistently enough to where they can possibly win. So, with that being said, what do you do? Like, where do you go from there? You see what I'm saying? You have to pretty much run the offense through LeBron James as long as he's on the roster, if you ask me, unless you get a player that is a little bit more dominant than Anthony Davis. And see, there again, might I use the word dominance? That's another thing that comes with Anthony Davis. He's a really good player. He has a lot of great tendencies. He's a great player, but at the same time, he's a great player when his mind is set to be. He's not a great player consistently, which is the reason why I've always had my doubts about Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? And, when you look at AD, if you look at his talent, talent-wise, he's more talented than, a lot of big men in the league. One big man in the league, I can say off the top of my head that he's more talented than is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think AD is more talented than Giannis. But it doesn't matter because Giannis is more consistent, he stays more healthy, and he's more available. And that always overrides everything, you know what I'm saying, in any situation. The availability is huge. So I'm going to say this. I think the Lakers will be making a mistake running the offense through Anthony Davis. I just don't see Anthony Davis staying healthy enough. And if he does stay healthy enough, they could run the offense through him. But at the same time, they better have a plan B also because usually every year he's always getting injured and it seems like injuries never stop for him. And I know everybody in the league gets injured, but it just seems like he gets injured more than anybody else. At least that's what it looks like. So, I understand Darvin Ham trying to make the right moves and say all the right things, but I don't know if this would be the right move to make, especially with an injury-prone player that they've been trying to give the team to, give the keys to the city to, and he's not good enough to take the keys to the city as of yet, because he just can't be the number one player on the team, because it's not because he's not good enough. It's just the fact that he's not available enough. And that's a huge factor, especially if you want to win championships. So, I mean, my thing is this. I would still run it through LeBron and let the offense flow there and try to, use some of that perimeter shooting you have with Malik Monk and some of those guys to let LeBron run the offense so he can get guys involved offensively with his passing ability. And, LeBron can always get his own points, so Anthony Davis can always get his own points. So can Russell Westbrook if he's really on top of his game. So if I were them, I definitely would go that route. To me, that's more safer in regards to bettering your chances of getting more fluid with the offense. And, LeBron is definitely great at finding other players if he's double teamed, and he knows when to make that pass, when the pass needs to be made, on time, delivering it. He's always been one of the best, if not the best in the league at that. So myself personally, I'm putting my money on the fact that running the offense through LeBron James would be more feasible, and it would be a lot better for this team, and it would better their chances winning more games if LeBron can sustain. Now, I know LeBron is older, and that's probably the reason why, that's 100% the reason why, that Darvin Ham wants to try to run the offense through Anthony Davis. But there's only one problem, which is his health. And that's just not really a feasible option. You know what I'm saying? It's a option, but it's probably not the best option, only because of what we know Anthony Davis as, which is street clothes, which Charles Barkley said. So, I mean, the Lakers are trying things. The experiment is there. They got time to experiment with certain players and things like that. But like I said, the winning and all that, it better come a lot quicker. Or if they need to start winning and doing things a lot better this season, unlike last season, because last season was a joke. And everybody can attest to that. It was a joke for the Lakers. So, I mean, whoever they run the offense through, I don't even really care. I don't think nobody else does either. As long as the result ends up a lot better than last year. Being 10, 15 games under 500 is just not exactly what most people would envision the Lakers or envision a Lakers team to be like. So, as long as that's corrected, there will be no worries. And, well, I ain't gonna say there won't be no worries, but, it'll be better days, for the Lakers, rather than a lot of, sad days that they had last year, looking very pitiful, and how their season ended. So hopefully, whatever route they take, as long as they have a better season they did the last season, I think that's pretty much anything. I think it's pretty much what everybody cares about. But here's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.